Hey everybody, Christie here. Welcome to Writers Who Run. My name is Christie Wright Wild, and I help writers who also love to run to stay connected with their writing and their running and to be excited about it. I think I have creaking doors and dogs on the back deck. You can see this little guy. That's Harlan. If you see the dark, he just barked. If you see the dark dog, that's Prince. Anyway, welcome back for another week of tips and information for writers with a flair of running mixed in. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can add more character to your characters. So I work at Barnes & Noble, and I get to look through a lot of books from time to time. We don't get to read them, but you can flip through and glance and see different books, read the backs of them and stuff like that, and talk to people and have book conversations. So that's a lot of fun. But this one book, it said, I took a picture. The page, like, it was so amazing. It's not a book for writers or runners, but it says, sorry, it's back. Aha, there we go. It says the mind only has 3 thoughts. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And the mind, it only ever has 3 different types of thoughts. The mind measures, compares, and describes. So if those are the only 3 types of thoughts, if it's true, take it or leave it. I just thought it was interesting, and I made the connection to writers, like our characters in our books. So as you make your way in, even if you're watching the replay, just say hello. Let me know you're here. I'd love to say hello and give you a shout out. And depending on where you're commenting from, I may not see the comments in what I use this thing called StreamYard. But anyways, hello. And 3 things. So measures. So that would be like, it's going to take 2 hours to get somewhere. It's going to take 1 hour to do this. I'm going on vacation in a week, or wondering how long it's going to take for something to happen, or maybe measuring like how much weight you've lost, or not having enough of something. So that's still a measurement, even though it's 0. So those are like the thoughts that are measurements. So your character can do the same thing. Your characters, if you want to add a little extra depth of layer of characterization to your characters, it's not just about description and dialogue and what they do and their past and, their backstory, but it's what goes on in their head, the thoughts they have. And of course, the book, the story, whatever you're writing, it's not going to be all thoughts. You just carefully sprinkle some throughout, and it's just going to like give it that extra layer of like, ooh, wow. Okay, the second one is compares. So your mind is comparing when it thinks thoughts like, I prefer running to jogging. I prefer running to yoga. I prefer ice cream to watermelon. Whatever it is, it's like a this or that, and there are entire books dedicated to this or that statements, and just getting people to like have fun with what would you do? What would you do if this? So thinking about it in that way, the mind is comparing, or like, this looks better than that. Not just what you like, but if you're comparing other people, you're comparing yourself to other people, comparing 2 cars, whatever it is, you're always comparing the 2 things to see how they're alike and similar. So compare and contrast. So that is measures and compares. And the third one, the type of thought that the mind only ever has, is descriptions. So with descriptions, that could be describing what you see, the setting around you, which of course doesn't have to be purely in the character's thought, but some of the description that you're writing, some of the setting, could be the character's thoughts. And it can be even like what the character is feeling. Hello, welcome. And So yeah, so those are your 3 types of thoughts that can help give your characters more characterization. Again, that is your mind measures things, compares things, and describes things. So when you add those 3 layers into your thought processes of your characters, it's going to just give it that little bit of extra layer to give your character more realistic characterization instead of just, dialogue only, or, think about, as you're going through and revising, think about the types of things that your characters are thinking. So if you, as a writer, pay attention to the different types of things they're thinking, that can help you go through and do a layer of revision that gets some of these extra types of thoughts in there, sprinkled in throughout. All right, well, thanks again for joining me. And if you like this, if you just share in the comments, put replay, and just say hello. And yeah, I'd love to connect with you and let me know what you're working on these days. And I will talk to you guys next week. See ya. Bye.